So today we're going to have a go at making a little spray booth to use in the workshop when the weather is miserable, wet and cold. Hi everyone, welcome to the workshop. And so what I wanted was something that I can pack away when I'm not using it. Doesn't take up much space, so it's got to be able to be pulled apart, but it stops overspray and dust and the like getting into the workshop when I can't go outdoors and paint, which is what I would normally do when the weather is fine. But obviously when you've got product to get out the door, sometimes that's not possible and you've just got to get on with the job. And so today this is what we're going to try. So stay tuned and we'll see how we go. So I've got a 3D printer. I could have just used some scrap timber out of the bin, but it was quick and easy to make these, and why not? Alright, so what we'll do is work out how long our pieces of dowel have got to be. Now, for this system, I'm going to use the bottom, what would have been the bottom of the box, as the back of the spray booth, and the lid will be in the base. So we're actually going to have some dowels that come out of here and go across there and run down to here. So let's get some measurements done and get this dowel cut, and we'll come back and we'll show you what we've got. Have we got enough dowel? Alright, so let's take that down and we'll mount those blocks in the end of the box up there. So I've got those set up so I can mount those using some plates on the outside of the box just to give it some strength and rigidity. Well, let's get those mounted and we'll see where we're up to for the next step. So I'm going to put these plates on the outside of the box. I'm going to put some holes in the cardboard, and then I'm going to put some 4mm screws in to hold these blocks in the corner nicely and make sure that dowel doesn't rock about. Another great thing about 3D printing, you can print threads. Let's turn that around and do the other side. Okay, so that's pretty much it. There's a bit of a gap here, and it's just held with a bit of tape at the moment. Let's put some hot glue in there and just give that some strength. Put the clamps on either side just to make sure it doesn't move about. Okay, so what I've got is some clear plastic. I went and bought some what they call thin table covering at the big box store. I could have used some scrap. I've probably got some old plastic somewhere, but I wanted it to be nice and clear, let plenty of light through. And the other option, of course, is most of us have got a heap of bubble wrap laying around from something we've bought that we could use as well. So I'm just going to sort of clip it in place just to get a feel for how it might look, because I want the overlap inside the box so I'm not getting overspray beyond the box. So we're just going to put a clip in a couple of places and see how I've got for length down here. We're pretty close to being able to see if this thing actually looks like a small miniature spray booth. Look at this. Look in there. That's not in. Alright, let's stand that up and see how we went and whether we need support up here in the top of the box for this plastic. And yeah, looks like we're going to need this. Let me just put a clip on that. Let's put a clip on that for now. That's fine. I think we're probably in the future going to need labelling so I know which ones go which, because they're slightly different sizes. But let's have a look. There. Is it? Oh, the idea is for these corner blocks with the dowels that slide into, they've worked out really well, and they hold, because the plastic's captured by them, they actually do a really good job of sealing up the inside of the box so that you're not going to get any overspray coming on the outside. Okay, so we're at proof of concept stage, and I'm pretty happy with where we've got to. There's a few things that I need to do to move to the next step. One is to make something that holds this plastic up into the back of the box, up the top here. And I'm thinking of I've got a couple of these black plates left over that I can use, and maybe just use those to hold that in the middle, just so it doesn't dip. The plastic's quite good across here. This is reasonably thick plastic. It's not the thickest plastic you could get. It's actually, I think it's 0.1 millimeters. The other things that I need to do is work out what I'm going to do with the leftover piece at the front here, and I'm thinking of keeping that and making some extensions that go out the front and allow you to have protection to the side at the front. That'll keep the wind off and stop the overspray. And I need to, obviously, if I'm going to pull this apart and use it quite often, I also will need to sand these dowels so they fit into these fittings a little bit easier, or I could just print some fittings with some slightly bigger holes, which I'll probably do because that's pretty quick. The other thing will be, the last thing will be, we need to hold these edges down here to keep the spray in so that we've got protection along this edge, and that could be done again with some plates or simply just some tape. Okay, so one of the initial design rules I had for this was I need to be able to pack it away in a corner, in the roof space, in the back shed, whatever, when I'm not using it, because it's not going to be hugely used. And my neighbours have a puppy, so bear with me. And the whole point of the exercise was to be able to just take these dowels out, and they store in the box. Got it. With luck, all of this folds up and just gets put away till the next time the weather's like it is today and you need to get it out and get an order finished. Thanks for watching.